You are here because life feels fine. But you are done with fine. You know you are made for more. And you've asked, is this it? Too many times now. This isn't just another episode. This is your permission slip to turn fine back into fire. We're Charlotte and Kat, coaches through and through, but more importantly, real women who've been there. We help women come home to themselves and create a life that feels exciting, energizing, and completely their own again. Around here, we get real conversations, real stories, and real transformations from the women in our community who dared to go all in. If you're ready to stop existing, to stop settling for fine, and to start truly living, welcome home. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very next episode of the Authentic Girls Club podcast. And we're excited about this one because we're going to be talking about exactly how you can start waking up excited again, because this is something that we truly believe in, that we should not be waiting for the holiday to wake up excited. Like, we get one life, and excitement has become such a standard and normal everyday thing for me and you, hasn't it, Kat? And obviously all the ladies in our world as well. And we really wanted to bring this onto the podcast today. So we are going to be sharing 3 incredible tips that are going to get you waking up excited as of tomorrow morning. Like, implement this stuff, guys, and you will get that excitement, that aliveness, that oomph back into your life. So let's dive in. Ready to wake up excited, Kat?
Yes, oh my days, yeah. Do you know what? I know we're both so passionate about this because this is life, and to not wake up excited, to wake up just feeling a bit treadmill light. And I speak from previous experience because I was there, and I know you've been
Yeah.
there as well, Charlotte. And it's okay because it's a signal that something's a little off. And I know we're going to
Mhm.
dive deeper into that when we kind of share how to behind it to shift from kind of existing to
Yeah.
excited. So let's like paint the picture here a little bit because we've both been here, and it does feel like you wake up each morning and you're on this little bit of a churn, you're on a little bit of a treadmill doing the same stuff, and perhaps it's just not lighting up your world anymore. And it does this cheeky little thing. Well, this is speaking from my experience of kind of creeping up on you. It's not like one day you're waking up absolutely buzzing and life's amazing, and the next morning you're like, oh, everything's plateaued and it just happens overnight. For me personally, it was like a little slow burner behind the scenes. It just kind of
Yeah.
crept up on me. And then I got to a point, I was like, oh, I'm not really as in love with my life as I was
Yeah.
before. And first of all, I just want to really express that like it is okay. Like there's not
Mm.
that things, it's not yourself that needs fixing or anything like that. It's simply the way we see it is that you've outgrown a chapter. Like the things that maybe used to light you up or used to excite you or energize you or bring you that spark, perhaps just don't
Mhm.
anymore. Or it could be that we've reached these milestones in life. You're kind of going through and ticking all the stuff, the
Yeah.
the marriage and the kids and the house and those things that maybe we feel we should be doing, like that's the path that has been written for us, and we've ticked them all off. And then in the most kindest of ways, I mean this, you're kind of like, oh, is that it? Like like that might
Yeah.
sound like a really awful thing to say, but like that's where I was at. And it doesn't mean that those things weren't incredible and aren't still incredible. Like
Mm.
it's just, yeah, it's just there's more, isn't there? Like I hit a place where I was like woke up, and as I say, it kind of was a slow burner, but I remember sitting there and going like, is this it? And it was that lack of excitement. My life
Yeah.
wasn't exciting me anymore. Um, so yeah, shine a little bit of light on your experience,
Yeah.
Charlotte. Is there a bit of overlap there, similarities or differences? Tell me.
100%. And I think you've nailed it. I think so many people talk about a midlife crisis, but I think there is a crisis in your 30s where you've done
Mm,
the things And then life stops, life plateaus, life just becomes what it is. And if we aren't careful, like you say, it creeps up on us and we're like, oh, like what
Yeah.
what's going on? And I always find this so interesting that it's not the emotion that we first feel that's actually the problem. It's the emotion we attach, sorry, it's the emotion we feel because of the first emotion that we felt that actually causes the most pain and the most kind of uncomfortableness within us. And that by that I mean like when that happens and we have those internal thoughts like is this it, like ugh.
Mm.
But then what we whap on the top of that is guilt because we're
Yeah.
like, I should not feel like that. Like,
Yeah.
that makes me ungrateful. That makes me a terrible person. Like, don't be silly. Of course, like, just be happy with what you've got. Like, look at all you've got. There's so many people who've
Mm.
got less than you. And yes, that's all true. But that doesn't mean that we have to ignore that really true feeling in us that actually there's more for us. And there's more for every single one of us. And we've just got to connect back to ourselves and then go on this journey. And I think, having worked with now, we've worked with over 500 women on this journey to get excitement and them back in their life. Like,
Mm.
it's not just us. And we know that anyone listening to this, you've tuned into this particular episode for a reason, because maybe that excitement isn't what it once was. Maybe that aliveness isn't there. Maybe life is feeling samey. And I know for me, I was, a stay-at-home mum and I loved my kids and I felt so grateful that I could be at home with them. But I could not ignore anymore the fact that something was missing. And I did ignore it for a good few years. And my husband took the brunt of it first. But then I started to notice that I wasn't the mum I once was. And if I'm really honest looking back, I was resentful. I was annoyed. I was really like sad that everyone else had moved on and I was still there. Like, I found it really, really hard, especially when kind of the year hit, like, kind of having my second April and everyone went back to work. And it was just me doing the same classes, doing the same things. And I was like, I'm I'm not moving. And of course I was, because I was getting to be there for them. And I'm not saying, this was every day, but that was that feeling of feeling behind, feeling like everyone else had it figured out, everyone else is sorted. And so that made me kind of feel like that was just the way my journey's gone and I should just accept it and stay there and be blooming well grateful and just shush.
Yeah. All of that, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I'm really, really happy that you shared a minute ago about the emotions and the the guilt. You shared about the
Mm.
guilt. I shouldn't be feeling that, because let's just bring that to the forefront for a moment, because when you were explaining it, just I could just go back to that moment of feeling that, and I can only
Mm.
describe it as I felt swamped in that.
Yeah.
It felt so heavy. Like every time a glimmer came up of like, oh, but imagine if I could do this, or imagine if I
Mm.
could make change, or imagine if I could just get a little bit excited again, or imagine if I could actually be a bit more me. All those little glimmers that came up, like the guilt was loud and the shoulds were
Yeah.
loud, and it just like I can almost, feel it like a weight on your shoulders, just suppressing it all back down. No, Cat, just be happy, be
Yeah.
grateful. You shouldn't want
Mm.
more, but
Yeah.
you've got to listen.
Mm.
You've got to listen to that voice inside, haven't you? Because it's not wrong.
Definitely.
It's not
No.
wrong to want more. That
Mm.
feeling is in there for a reason. And it's not
Yeah.
it's not more things. Like if you want more things, yeah, amazing. But I know we both
Mm.
share this. It was more excitement, more energy, more joy,
Yeah.
more presence, more giving back, more being the change, more
Mm.
learning, more growth, more
Yeah, more
desire,
impact.
more
Yeah,
impact.
we wanted to make a difference, didn't we? And I
Yeah,
remember there was so much within us that yeah, it was just, but it just stayed in there. It
yeah.
just stayed in there for a good while. And
Up
it's
until
really
a
interesting
point. Oh,
up
sorry,
until a
carry
point.
on.
I was
Yeah.
going to say it's obviously really interesting. So I since had my third child, and that was post having done this work and post having reconnected with myself. And it's been so interesting to do motherhood again. I'm so grateful to have been able to do that. But from this place where I am so aware and I have like my thoughts on track and like I've got this relationship with myself. Like I am my own coach, like I am. And it's been so interesting to go through it again and then just kind of relive it, but with the awareness. And what I noticed just even this weekend is I've just got past, so my son is now 14 months. And I've realized that I've just got to this point in time where I'm craving some me again. And I'm very quick to tap into work because I love what we do and I will literally grab it at any opportunity. But I've realized that actually I'm great, doing the inner work. And obviously that's what we do. But actually the outer work and actually, the kind of the self-carey bits have maybe just not been there because I've been breastfeeding up until, well, I'm still breastfeeding at the moment and it's been all consuming, so I've not been able to leave him. So a few opportunities have come up recently to grab that self-care and actually, go and do these incredible things. But I noticed within myself that I was really resisting booking it in and everything was getting in the way. And I was like, what is this about? And I just sat with myself last week and I was like, I am going to have to prioritize this. And
Mm.
I realized, obviously, all that we know, it is just because I got so used to not doing it that my brain wasn't used to putting me first and making that a priority. So I share this just from like this awareness point that actually the first two times going through motherhood, like the awareness wasn't there. So I just lost myself at this point.
Mm.
And I think this is probably where I did lose myself because I didn't, kind of prioritize myself again. I didn't go on that journey to discover after each baby who I am again, because I think we change with each one, right? And we go through different, different things with all of them. So it's been really interesting to just have that awareness around the resistance and then choose anyway.
Yeah.
And I think it's also really worthwhile sharing that resistance doesn't mean that we can't change. It just means that actually we've just not been used to what it is that we want to now do. And that's just a conscious practice to tell ourselves, okay, I can feel the resistance, but actually, I really want this anyway. And a few years ago, before the awareness, who would have taken that on? My husband, because I could
Mm.
have very easily asked, well, say asked, been like, I'm going to go and do this. And I would have been looking for a negative reaction from him for me not to
Oh,
go.
oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I would have been looking for anything and reason not to go. And that's how our brain works, right? Because
Mm.
it's not the familiar.
Mm.
It's
And this,
not what we're used to. So I would have been looking for the reasons, not every reason not to. Whereas with the awareness, I'm like, feed myself every reason why to.
mm.
And that's
and
been huge.
and this just really highlights the importance of awareness.
Yeah.
When we kind of
Mm,
outgrow these chapters,
yeah.
like how it kind of transpires and it comes to a head eventually because you can't suppress these feelings for
No.
forever. Like they're going to keep coming up until we do something about them. And
Yeah.
it's only when we kind of choose to bring the awareness to them and go, okay, right, this
Hmm.
feeling's risen again, like this feeling that there's more inside of me, this feeling that oh,
Yeah.
it's not just it, this feeling that like, I'm just not really excited by my life anymore. Like bringing
Mm,
the awareness allows us to change and allows us to do something about it. Otherwise, we just stick with the familiar, don't we? So
yeah.
it's
Mm.
highlighting what's going on, and then, like you said, with the resistance, there's a choice to do something with it, isn't there?
Definitely, definitely, 100%. And we, these new chapters, they can happen whenever and
Yeah, don't have to
wherever.
wait. Don't have to
No,
wait.
and this isn't, a big like, full stop, like moment. It's
No.
just a little fraction of a new chapter of going, right, okay, it's me first again for a little bit now. I'm really
Yeah,
excited to explore what that looks like again, like,
yeah,
and actually start adding that in. And yeah, I think this is why I think it's really nice to look at it as chapters matters because we're writing our life story here,
Hmm.
like our full life story. And that pen is there for us to grab and to
Mm,
write whatever we choose in there. And yeah, that's the excitement piece, right? That's
it
the
is.
I'm grabbing this pen back and I'm deciding what's coming next for me. And we kind of wanted to really delve into excitement a little bit further, didn't we? And actually, what that means, because that's also not saying that life's perfect all the time.
No.
And I kind of had this moment the other day where I was like, obviously, I mean, I'm not saying to the universe, come on, give me a load of tough stuff. Like I'm ready to get excited about it. I do even now get excited about the lessons that I get to learn through
Mm,
the challenges. And, just to use business as a great example, right? My goodness, you have to be relentless in this business world. If you want to be an entrepreneur or if you already are and you're feeling it, like hats off to you, like celebrating you hugely. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of grit, a lot of being relentless, a lot of trying, failing. We don't believe in failing, learning, boom, going. But even those tough moments, I'm like, this is just telling me something. It's showing me
mm.
something. It's giving me something. Like nothing's for nothing.
No,
And
no.
how wonderful is that?
Yeah,
Like, and it's that, the huge Tony Robbins that I know this has shifted so many people's lives. His quote that's life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you.
yeah.
And that's not easy in, some of the really tough moments in life, but when we've moved through them and we see how those moments have shaped us, it's true.
Mm. It's all a perspective shift, isn't it? And
Yeah.
that is something we beautifully have the power over,
Mm,
isn't it? We can choose the way we see things, we can choose the frame
yeah,
we put around it. That's all within our power, isn't it?
it
And it's
really
really
is.
focusing on what we can control, and we can control the thoughts, the stories, the beliefs,
Yeah.
the way we choose to see things. Like, is it, like you say, we can't control the
No.
ups and the downs and the challenges and some really, really tough times to navigate.
Mm,
But can we shift and see, okay, well, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And what good can I take from it? And it does take, in
yeah.
some really, really tough times, it does take
Yeah.
a lot. And it might not be in the moment, but it
No.
might be on reflection and go, okay, well, that was a really rough time, but have I grown through it? Have I learned through
Mm,
it? What is
yeah.
it teaching me?
Mm,
And that takes you know it takes a decision to shift that into that perspective
yeah.
and get excited about it, doesn't it? But what that then opens up
Mm,
is an ability to create excitement, and
mm.
excitement, like, what an energy to be vibrating at. Like, you know what it feels like, guys, to
Magnetic.
get excited for the
Yeah.
holiday. That excited feeling when you get up early in the morning, you go on
Mm,
holiday. Like, we can create that for ourselves whenever we
mm,
choose to.
mm,
And I feel so deeply passionate about not waiting for that. And I know you do
mm.
too, Charlotte. Like, not
Yeah.
waiting for the 1, 2, 3 holidays a year, not waiting for the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
get excited, get in love with your everyday, because that is
Mm,
your life. And we know how precious life is. We
yeah.
know that it's a bonus. Every single day is a bonus. It is not a right.
No.
Nobody knows. Tomorrow is not promised to
Mm,
anyone.
yeah.
And that is something, guys, that we need to accept we have no control over.
Yeah.
But let's not put it on hold until, oh,
Mm,
I've figured this out, or I feel better about that, or until I've got the job, or until I've got the partner, or until I've got the money, or until I've got the body, or until I
yeah.
feel this way. Let's manufacture it for ourselves, because we can then start living it. We can then
Yeah.
start living excited. So,
I
how
love
do we
this. And
do
I'd love,
that?
well, I'd love, before we get into this, because I saw, the Thomas brothers. I love them, like Scott, Adam, and oh my gosh, what's the other one? Literally
It'll
gone
come
off.
to you.
Yeah. But there was a clip on Scott's feed yesterday of one of the podcasts that they've done. And
Hmm.
obviously Scott's sober and he's on this journey, isn't he? But I don't think his brothers are quite so much.
Okay.
And it was really interesting that I think one of the brothers, he wanted to reach for a beer, but he didn't. He reached out to Scott and was like, what should I do instead? And Scott came back to him and said, go and put some Joe Dispenza on. And
Yes.
he literally, his
Nice.
reaction was like,
What?
I don't want to put any Joe Dispenza on. just like, really,
Yeah.
that's all you're giving me? Like
Yeah.
that's what you're giving me to do? And he's like, yeah, it's that pattern interrupt, like put something else
Mm.
on, do something else. But what I really want to highlight is that's really interesting because I know that, if you are sat there and you go, like, wake up excited again, but I'm like, what have I got to, and I know I would have been
Mm.
like that, a few years ago. You would have been like, really, that's what you're giving me? Like, just choose and wake up excited again. Like,
Mm. Mm.
what's that? And I look at, like, that and the sober journey. Obviously, we're both sober, haven't we? So I kind of really resonate with that as well, and that attachment to alcohol. And that was the thing. That was the excitement.
Mm.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, grabbing a glass of wine, like that was the excitement. But it's this real journey to feel and understand what makes you feel alive again.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the greatest things that does that for each and every one of us, because it's part of our human nature, it's to give to other people, right? It's to make an impact, it's to make a difference, it's to help someone, it's to, do things like that. And I think that's really interesting to just highlight that it's okay if you feel that way, and that's normal, and we're not suppressing that, because I think, how many people will be in that place, and I've been in that place, where it's like, wake up excited and don't want that advice, thank you.
Mm.
um go on that journey, go on that journey to see what truly lights you up. And one of the biggest things for me right at the beginning was actually volunteering at Dogs Trust. And that gave me, it was tough in the beginning, to be fair. That was not like, initially I went there to build my emotional strength and do quite a lot of healing work, but the energy and aliveness and just goodness that I got from that, I look forward to Thursday
Mm.
so much to go and do that. And that got me out of bed in the morning. That gave me that oomph in my life that I was doing something. So I think that's really important, just to note that. And this is, sorry, I feel like I'm going on to another point, but this has just landed in my head. I used to think that that should be what motherhood is, but
Mm.
I want to normalize, like, that actually, like, I love my kids to pieces, but they're not my purpose and my passion. And like, they're two very different things. And
Mm.
I wish I'd known that earlier, because I thought that they should be
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, and maybe some people that is, but for me, it just wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
I can be a great mum, but I'm here to do something else as well.
Yeah. And it's great to hear that. And
Yeah.
likewise, I love my kids beyond belief, unconditionally.
Mm.
But is my when I look at my passion and my purpose, is that different? Yeah, of course it is. Because
Yeah.
I too am a human being. I'm an
Yes.
individual, and yeah, of course I want to create everything I possibly can for my girls, and equally for me as well. It's my life. It's my life too.
Yes.
Sounds weird. but
Yeah.
let's show them like that you as an individual matters. Because
Yeah.
if they do go on to be parents as well, they don't want to lose themselves,
No.
we can through motherhood,
Yeah.
parenthood, lose ourselves a little,
We
and
can
that may
always,
be,
always find
yeah,
ourselves, can't
oh,
we?
100%,
And I
100%.
also love this, that actually maybe it's not finding ourselves and it's actually just
No,
remembering
it's
ourselves,
remembering. Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely.
It
Yeah, yeah,
really is. It's just uncovering ourselves
yeah,
from all of this nonsense that we've plonked on top of
yeah,
ourselves, that we can just remove straight away and go, right, who am I?
yeah,
Who am
yeah.
I? We're going
Who
deep
am?
here, guys,
Yeah,
aren't we? We're
yeah.
going,
Sorry, we
Woo!
we are we're digressing. We're digressing
We
somewhat,
are.
but just on that, kind of what you said, like if someone's just listening and going, "Oh God, yeah, cheers, girls," just wake up excited, okay.
Yeah.
But like it's gratitude is a great thing for this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's that we
Yeah.
can go, okay, right, well, let's just choose to look at what we have got, because where we
Mm.
know where we focus our energy follows, and we find more of it, don't we? So if we're thinking, well, I've got nothing to be excited to wake up for, but let's look into what we have got. Let's really choose to see what we have got and
Yeah.
romanticize the little things. Like, this might
Yeah.
take from this what you will, but I get really excited for my morning coffee.
I
I,
do.
I get,
Yes.
I cannot wait. Like, it feels like
Yeah.
such a moment. It's just a morning coffee, guys, but I get so
Mm.
excited about it.
Yeah.
I
Same.
really do. So it
Um,
doesn't have to be huge things. Like, let's just fall in love with the everyday and choose to
yeah,
excited about that too.
definitely.
Because
I
that's what
love
it
that.
is.
Yes. And it's making that a moment for yourself, isn't it? And I think that's
Yeah.
it. It's so much more than a coffee because I don't know what you do, but I sit there and I'll either journal or I'll put some meditation music on, I'll put an actual meditation on. I just have that real just moment for
Yeah.
me that's just special. And really intentional. I'm starting the day and it's me first, which is really nice. But yeah, so we promised three tips, didn't
We
we?
did. We
On
did.
how to start waking up, with this excitement, with this aliveness again. And we genuinely mean this. Like,
Mhm.
do these three things, and boom, tomorrow, like that light is back on, guys. Like, this gets to be simple, but it just has to be you tuning back in with yourself. So, step number one, it's about asking yourself, what is not making me want to get out of bed in the morning? What is it?
Mm.
What is the drain? What's the drag? Like actually bringing awareness to that is really, really powerful. So whether you journal about it, whether you sit with, a coffee, a drink or whatever, and just have that moment for you, we probably would recommend getting it out on paper because I always think it's so much clearer just to actually see it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
But
really important to
then,
ask ourselves
sorry,
these questions, isn't it?
yeah,
Like, let's not underestimate the power of a powerful question like this. Like, when will we pause to go,
mm,
why am I not getting excited?
yeah,
Where is my energy leaking? What am I giving my time to that doesn't light me up, that doesn't
yeah,
feel aligned with
mm,
actually who I am and what I want? And the awareness part, like without it, how can we
yeah,
possibly change? How can we possibly improve or make better
mm,
something that we're completely unaware of?
yeah,
So it's in the doing. It's okay, it's taking this knowledge, but actually going, right, okay, the girls told me to
yeah,
look at my life and go, well, what's not exciting me? But
mm,
actually following through on it.
yeah,
And 5, 10, 15 minutes, we guarantee when you start, like you will really, really impress yourself and you will
yeah,
really amaze yourself at what comes up. Because
mm,
asking ourselves these powerful questions are what help us raise the awareness, and that is you getting off the blocks
yeah,
100%.
definitely. So step number two,
Step number
ask
two.
yourself, what is going to get you out of bed in the morning? What
Mm,
are those things? What are those things that are going to fuel you and light you up? And maybe there's little glimmers of them already in your day that you can absolutely put like a huge, shine a huge light on them and amplify them even more. Maybe that, maybe there's not. And maybe it's actually about, giving back and going and doing something like that for you. And it's really about knowing that there is no wrong move,
yeah.
like no wrong move. And know that when you start doing those things, and I'm going to share actually again, the Dogs Trust, when I went and volunteered, I did the first week, and what happened? Resistance popped up. And I was
Mm,
like, have I taken on too much here? Like, I don't know whether I can commit to this every week. Hello, resistance, because my brain did not know that that was what we do now. Like, I had to train myself and go, no, do you know what? The energy I get from that is something worth persisting with. And I went week after week after week until it was my new normal. And
love that.
this is the power in this, right?
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
resistance comes up in those beginning phases, just know it's normal. Know it's something we all go through, but why do you want it anyway?
Yeah.
Because you want to wake up excited. You want to live your life to the full. And we're going there, guys. You want to get to your deathbed and know that you did everything.
Mm.
We know that in you. You wouldn't be listening to this episode if you didn't want that. So,
And I
what
want
is going
to
to get you out?
anchor onto this as well, guys. When you're doing this, I want you to give yourself permission to go big on this, like dream
Yeah.
big. You don't
Mm,
have to just write on a piece of paper the things you think you should be writing down to wake up
yes.
excited. Like if you've got some wild, audacious goals and dreams in there, have them out. Have them out. Like allow yourself
Yeah.
to just dream without limits,
Mm,
because the limits that we have are the only ones that we put on ourselves, and we can work with that. We can do the work to remove those. But just, yeah, like make this a fun thing to
mm,
do. Get your favorite drink,
yeah.
light a candle, put some calming or energizing music on, and go, right, okay, what would really get me out of bed in the morning? If there was no
Yeah.
limitations, if I could do anything, like what does it look
Mm,
like?
yeah.
And really, really go in with like expansion there.
Yeah.
Yeah, give yourself permission to go big on this.
Love that. Amazing. Yes, the bigger the better. Go for it.
Yeah.
Amazing. So step three then, Kat.
Step three is then taking those learnings in terms of the awareness. So, what's not getting you out of bed? What would get you out of bed? What's going to bring that excitement? And then starting to work with that in terms of making some micro alignments. And what I mean by that here is not thinking, oh my gosh, like, because you might look at it and like, kind of look at the what's not and the what is and go, wow, there's quite a big gap here. There's a few discrepancies. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's going to require a complete life overhaul. There's so many different parts of life that need shifting, but that's just going to lead to one place only. That's going to lead to overwhelm and it's not going to be sustainable. And what we're all about here is lasting change that is sustainable. We're not here to burn out. So we're looking at small maneuvers that you can make one at a time. Don't try and do everything at once. I've tried that, guys. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. We're not setting ourselves up to win when we do that. But just picking one thing and go, right, I just want to get back in alignment with that. So it's a micro move. So it's a small move. So could it be, well, I really want, I get excited if my mornings actually were a little calmer. Like I
Mm,
don't look forward to the mornings because they just feel a lot. They
mm.
feel busy, chaotic, not disorganized. Like what element could I, with that's within my control, bring to this? A little shift that could just get me off the blocks with that. Could it be something as simple as getting, if you've got kids, getting their school bags packed the night before, having their I know this might sound such a granular level, but if I'm craving a bit of organisation in the mornings because it just feels a bit like a big frenzy, could I just get a little bit more organised the night before and
Yeah.
just start to create that calm the evening before to set myself up for success the following morning? So that's what the same micro alignment, like on such a small level here, just a little shift.
Yeah.
And then we keep going with that, don't we? We keep making
Yeah.
these little maneuvers in different places until we're
Yeah.
getting this bigger picture.
Yes, exactly that. And just because you obviously with the big, hairy, audacious goals and those kind of bigger things, just to give an example of that, because I have obviously had one back when I was starting TAGC. It was the Authentic Girls Club. I was
Yeah.
like, I've got this idea. I don't know how on earth I'm going to get it out there. The stories I was running on was I'm not creative, don't have time, all the things. I'm not a tech person. However, for me, a micro alignment looked like 1 hour in the evening where I didn't tune into TV. And I also did not have very much money either. So I was like, how am I going to get a logo? How am I going to get a website? How am I going to do all these things? But I just allowed myself that 1 hour in an evening to actually just dedicate fully to it. And for me, in the beginning, it looked like pulling together on Pinterest. I had a board for the Authentic Girls Club, made it real, and I pulled together just colors that I liked, fonts that I liked, elements that I liked, even words that I liked. And I pulled them together. And before I knew it, I think it was probably only a week. And I
Yeah.
left that week and I'd actually created my own logo, which is still the same logo we have today, guys. Like, as someone who is not creative, not a tech person, didn't have time, didn't have money, I made it happen through 1 hour of not watching TV.
Boom. And
Like,
that's
no
being
extra,
resourceful, isn't it?
yeah,
It's the,
no,
again, it's a choice, isn't it? It's going, well, I've got this great big goal, but how on earth do I start without,
yeah,
all these things? It's going, well, actually, I just start somewhere
yeah,
and I start small and I get resourceful. What have I got? What can I use? What's in my
mm,
control?
yeah.
And then that creates momentum, doesn't it?
Yeah. And
Snowball
I look
effect
back at that
happens.
so fondly now because I'm like,
Yes.
and it is those, isn't it? Like, when you look at someone who's way further ahead and you're like, oh, really though? Like, but it is those mini steps in the beginning, those tiny little things. And as we are absolutely huge on here, I celebrated every move I made. I
That's a must.
celebrated every hour, every moment I chose different because that was what gave me the momentum. That was what gave me the excitement. That was what gave me the energy to show up the next day and not
Mm.
stick EastEnders back on again and just get back into that same old routine. I was like, no, like, I'm going to do this
Yeah.
little by little, step by step with what I have.
Love it. Celebrate your wins. Make that a non-negotiable. Like that is
Yes.
just part of what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You've got everything you need. Everything you
Yeah,
need. And yeah, you've got this. Honestly, you have got this. And it's been really, really great to really dive deeper into this because I think we've obviously shared this a lot with Wake Up Excited. And it's actually like, what does it truly mean?
mm,
And for me, that means waking up, having got your own back, and getting excited about what you can create in a day, what magic you can see, what moments you can look at and go, wow, like what a world we live in, what a world I've created. Like, and like I say, with the challenges as well, what can I learn? And it's this real complete shift in how you live each day, right? When excitement is your standard, is your normal. It's like you see everything differently. The power of focus, right? And then energy goes tenfold because what we focus on, our energy grows there, guys. So focus on excitement, focus on that light, focus on those things that bring you the energy and do lots and lots more of them. And we have something very exciting because Wake Up Excited Live is back, isn't it, Kat?
it is indeed. And it is on Wednesday, the 19th of November,
Yes.
and that is 8 p.m. UK time. And we're going to be going live for Wake Up Excited, where we're going to take you through a few bits behind the scenes, aren't we, that we do to
Mhm.
really kind of do the work on that call and
Yeah,
have you seeing things differently on that call. You're going to come off that call being like, wow, what is possible for me? I am so
yeah,
friggin' excited. And yeah,
100%.
the shifts will happen. That is a
Yeah.
guaranteed.
It's an activation, isn't it? And
It
I think
is.
last time, this will be the second time that we've run it live.
Yeah.
Last time you could see those sparks ignite.
Yeah.
And we know that they've not gone out, guys. Those sparks were lit that night and they have not gone out. And our ladies are living their next chapter. And it
Yeah.
is incredible, incredible to see. So we will drop the link to join us in the show notes. The replay will also be available, but we do recommend looking at it out
Join
on your
us live.
calendar. Join us
Yeah. Join
live.
us
Feel
live.
the
Join us live.
energy.
You'll want to be in that room. You absolutely will.
Yes, absolutely. So we cannot wait to see you there, guys. And we are celebrating you hugely. You and every move that you'll make. You've got everything you need. Sending our love always, and we'll speak to you really soon. What if today was the last day you ever woke up and thought, is this it? You were not born to settle. And in 1 hour inside Wake Up Excited, we'll prove it to you. Wake Up Excited is a free masterclass for the woman who is ready to stop settling and start living life on her terms. In just 60 minutes, you are going to rewrite the story you're living by and reignite the spark that makes you wake up excited again. Your next chapter doesn't start someday. It starts the moment you choose it. And if this conversation lit something up inside of you, this is your moment. The link is waiting for you in the show notes, and we cannot wait to see you there.